Hot Radio. My guest is here. She came on time today. This is Rasheeda Seawell. How you doing, Rasheeda?
Hello.
That was good. Good. How your week was good?
Huh?
How's your week?
My week was good. It was good.
Wonderful, wonderful. No, like I said, before she came on here, you want to call in? You call 484-477-6348. You got a question? Put it on Facebook Live right now or on Instagram Live with the 21. So before we get to what you're doing right now, can you give us a little detail about who you are? Like, who is Rasheeda Seawell?
Well, my name is Rasheeda Seawell. I am the CEO and founder of For the Love of Children. For the Love of Children is an organization that helps children find love and happiness within themselves. I am an author of two children's books. My first book is The Color of Emotions, and my second book is When Maddie Grow Up. Each book defines something. The Color of Emotions help children identify the different emotions by the different colors. When Maddie grows up, it's about a little girl who had a dream every day, from being a teacher to a doctor to a pilot to a flight attendant. The moral of her story is you can do anything you want to do. Never be afraid to live your dream.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. So, what made you get into like writing? What made you start writing? What made you do that?
I've always wanted to write. I felt like when I did my first book, a lot of kids don't show their emotions. They can't tell. Sometimes they can't tell you whether they're happy or sad.
Right.
So I said, what if I start a book with colors? What if they can identify their emotions with color? We have red being for angry and frustrated, pink being for happy. So if I ask them, well, how are you feeling today? They don't necessarily have to say happy. They can say, oh, I'm having a pink day, or I'm having a red day, or a blue day. So that's what inspired me to write my first book. My second book, I work with children. So all the time I'm constantly asking them, what do you want to be when you grow up? They really can't tell me. I work with toddlers. So a better way to get them to tell me, I draw pictures. So I said a good idea would be, what if I come out with a book about a little girl who wants to do more than one dream? It's not just one dream out here. It's multiple dreams out here.
Wonderful. Wow, that sounds multiple dreams. That's more than one, multiple dreams. So what was your like growing up? What was your life like growing up? So like,
my life was good growing up. I came from a household of a grandmother. She owned her own daycare. So I never went to daycare. It was just always go to her daycare. So that's what inspired me. Like, my passion for children is amazing. I felt like she passed me the throne to do where she left off at. So she was always like loving the kids. If anybody can tell you, she always loved the kids. She was like the only daycare on the block, so all the kids would come to her daycare. And as growing up, that passion never left me. Like, I tried to do something else, but it just wouldn't work. So I knew that doing something for children was my passion.
Right, that's kind of like me. Like, my passion was always with kids, but I discovered until I was in 8th grade.
Yes,
and
I love children.
In 8th grade, and every job I had involved with children. Mm-hmm. Since I was 14, every job I had was working with kids in some capacity. But I didn't know what that was. I don't know. So, and then only one job I had was not for children, and I hated it. Mm-hmm. So, because I couldn't really pour into what I wanted to do and wanted to, what my gifts were. I always wanted to be a teacher, and it was pretty cool. It was because I wanted the kids to have fun at school and not have joy and have passion like school and like reading and like math. Unlike right now, but I wanted the kids to have a good time and not be disciplined all day, not be yelled at all day, but to be happy, So what was high school and college like for you?
High school was fun. I had my friends. My whole 4 years went by quick. Before I looked up, it was time to graduate, start a new journey. College, I felt like college wasn't really for me. Like, even though I like children, I was always the type of person, you need a degree to do this, you need a degree to do that. That's not the case. You don't always need a degree to pursue your dreams on what you want to do. Me starting a book, I didn't need a degree to start a book.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like, my major was early childhood education. Like I said, children, I've been working with kids for 7 years. So I know a lot of people say, how do you work with kids? yes, you really have to have patience, but I really enjoy it. I enjoy it. So high school for me, it was fun. Like it was fun. If I can go back, I probably would do my 12th grade year.
Right, yeah. So it's funny. Why school went to?
I went to Overbrook.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So my major in college was actually early childhood. My first year, as early childhood education. So I wanted to teach, and I was not on first major, but as a child, and then. But luckily, if I ended my freshman year, I started major on BCN because the class was gonna take early childhood. I thought I couldn't do that. So I had patience, and I had that much patience. So like, but older kids, yeah, but little kids, I'm like, I like kids like routine and have conversations with, and I could like have they maintain more information. So and then I just switched to BCN, and then I went from there. So
believe it or not, I work with 1 and 2 year olds. You can have a conversation with them. Like, they're so intelligent. Like, when I read my book, When Maddie Grows Up, to them the other day, I didn't tell them what the picture was. They kept telling me, oh, that's a doctor, or that's a teacher. They couldn't really tell me who a pilot or a flight attendant was, but they knew who a doctor and a teacher was.
Because our kids are growing up very, very smart, and they seem more than maybe smart than I was seeing growing up. So, like, so it's just getting chance to dream and think about what things you can do for yourself and support them what Father said. So for your 2 books, so what was the process like for those who want to write a book? What was the process like for the process of you getting a book together, especially a book with illustrations and things like that? So what was that process like for you?
The process for my first book wasn't really too hard because I already knew what I wanted to write about. The hard part was getting an illustrator and having her draw my pictures how I wanted to be drawing. I sat at home on my Saturday and Sundays in my room writing out my book. I wrote it on paper first. Nobody knew I was writing a book. I wanted it to be a surprise. So when I did it, only person who knew was my friend. So I was asking her, like, how does this sound, or how does this look? How does this title sound? I don't want to have a title that somebody already else has. I want it to be just new. So she told me, okay, everything looks fine. I said, if I run this by my friend, I know that she can give me good feedback and tell me the truth. Even though nobody knew I was writing a book, I had to go to somebody and ask, like, how does this look? Now, my second book was the hardest. I had writer's block for a month. I didn't feel motivated. I didn't pick up my book for a whole month. I texted one of my author friends and asked her, like, is this normal? Every time I pick up my book, my mind just goes blank. She said, it's normal. It's writer's block. So once it went away, I picked up my book and I just started writing. The other hard part about it was getting my book done by my birthday, because that was my gift to myself.
Oh, wow.
I said, I'm going to release this book on my birthday. So I told my illustrator that did my first book, I said, I know you have other books to do, but I need this done by my birthday. Like, it can't be done after my birthday. It has to be done by my birthday. And to be honest, she did an amazing job. She actually had it done a week before my birthday.
Hey, what was your birthday?
My birthday was September 3rd.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
So my second book was harder than my first book only because I wanted it done in a certain amount of time. And, of course, I experienced writer's block. I didn't want to experience writer's block no more because I experienced it with my first book, but having writer's block for a month left me so unmotivated to the point was like, I can't do it. Maybe it's not for me. Maybe I don't want it as bad as I thought I wanted it. But then once it went away, I picked up my book, and I think I spent at least like 10 hours writing the book.
So you got the book done in those 10 hours?
Yeah, writing it. Yep. The whole entire day.
Wow.
Only thing I did was when I came out of my room was to eat and shower, and that was about it.
Wow. So you had illustrations that you wanted, and then you had the content.
Yeah, I knew my concept. I knew I wanted my book to be about a little girl.
Right.
I had the whole concept in my head, and I just started putting it all on paper. Once I put it on paper, I transferred it to my computer, and I sent it over right to my illustrator, and she had everything done within 3 weeks.
Wow, 3 weeks. Wow,
Yeah.
wonderful. Wow, that's a whole lot. So, and then also I saw that, I think you connected on this part. You do, you try to get your schools and do workshops on self-love.
Yes.
And I spoke about that earlier about self-love, and that's something that our youth need, and they know what that is now while they are elementary and middle school, high school, because while we was growing up, I think for me, they ain't talking about that. They ain't talking about self-love, knowing yourself, and they want you to fit in, try to do certain crime, but at the same time, you wasn't born to fit in, you was born to stand out. So, talk about your concept of self-love, because I know you say you will go to classrooms and do workshops and things like that, because what does self-love mean to you, and why you want to do that?
What self-love mean to me, I feel like you have to love yourself before you can give somebody else love.
Right.
I feel like in children, they don't know much about self-love. All they worry about is somebody to love them, somebody to nurture them. I want kids to know that you can love yourself.
Exactly.
You can find so much confidence in yourself. If somebody comes up to you like, I don't love you, you just tell them, well, I love myself. I have enough love in me for myself. You got to find yourself before you even go find somebody else. So with self-love and children, I think it's very important, because sometimes kids can come from a home where they feel like don't nobody love them. It can be, you don't even have to treat a kid. You can say something for them to feel like, oh, they don't love me. It could be the smallest thing you can say to a child. They don't love me. And I just want kids to know that it's very important to love yourself. Growing up, I knew my mom loved me. It's me, my brother, and my sister. It's 3 of us.
Okay.
And I'm the baby. And my mom's like her baby girl. Like, I don't... And my mom always tell me I love you. To this day, she's still telling me I love you. The other day, she told me I wouldn't trade you for the world. And I was like, oh, okay. I wouldn't trade you for the world either. Even though she knew I felt that. But to hear my mom say that I wouldn't trade you for the world, it just made me feel like, wow. Like, wow. So with me teaching the self-love classes, I want to bring it to children that they can do anything.
Right.
Just make sure to love yourself. Don't worry about who loves you, who don't love you. Just make sure at the end of the day you love yourself.
Exactly. That's the whole emphasis of teaching self-love, because our kids go through life, especially in much middle school, go through life trying to figure themselves out. And especially in middle school, middle school that time when you got self-love, because they go through puberty, go without changing their body, their mind. They try to figure out, this is really who I am. And they also try to find themselves and find out what they're really good at. Start exploring. So they are set. So it's very important that you love yourself and accept yourself as well, because a lot of times, like we in the day, I told on earlier show that we don't get our kids break the cycle. That they love themselves now while they're young and be okay with it. Not worry about when people laugh at you or like, and they laugh at you. They said that it's confidence and respecting you. Right. You know what I mean? Like, they're not like ignoring you, but they laugh at you because sometimes we get so flustered by people and try to get people to try to think about joy, but joy comes from inside.
Right.
So that self-love is very, very important, especially this time now when a lot of kids are thinking about suicide thoughts or committing suicide, and despite what in a day, and plus our parents, we had to reinforce that as well. Like, you can tell them that they love you, or tell them a lot of kids are being cursed at, or not getting attention at home, even for only trying to get attention is so they do something bad.
Right.
So, and we gotta reinforce that love and the support that I'm here for you. I'm gonna accept you where you are, and I'm not gonna force you to do something that you don't want to do. Like, and those do what you want to do. Be happy with it. You know what I mean? Be an offer makes you happy. Then do it. And be a teacher makes you happy. Makes you do something that makes you happy. Don't try to do something to try to please people. So that's what it's about. That self-love is very, very essential for our generation going forward, because we got to teach them they don't love themselves. They don't sure not gonna show love to others. Right. And they're not showing love to themselves, even like take your time to figure out what makes you happy. Or,
Even
you know,
with little kids, like
right.
my toddlers come up to me and give me hugs. Like if they feeling sad, all I have to say, oh, let me give you a hug. After that, they be the happiest person, happiest little kid ever. All they want is a hug.
Right, no for yep.
Oh, I love you. You toddlers tell me every day, I love you. I'm like, you love me? I love you. Like, that's all they want. They just want to hear those kind words. I love you. You can do it. I'm proud of you. Go out, do anything you want to do. That's all they want to hear.
Right.
It's the smallest little thing a child wants to hear.
And
they don't hear it often at home.
So
they feel like nobody cares about me. Nobody wants to see me grow up in life, or nobody wants to see me do this. I see it a lot. I work in the daycare, and it's really sad. And like you said,
it makes you feel like a lot of places
kids act out for attention,
right.
And they feel like, oh, if I do this, she's gonna recognize me, or if I do that, they're gonna do this. It's like attention. They don't get it at home, so they feel like, oh, I can get it here though. Give me the attention. Right,
that's so true. That's why, you know, the reason I did the self-love thing, because I remember, I did a session on self-love with my class last year, and as a kid, I had this little pyramid thing, like a sword. There's like four parts to it. You had to write down on each part what makes you great, or what things you value. It's like, it wasn't like you put more in each one, but you had to write down what makes you great, what things you like about yourself. And I did it with girls. I did it with boys and girls, but the boys, they did it. So the girls couldn't figure out what they done about themselves. Right. Because and I was like that when he baffled me. I was like, okay, I feel the girls might do it, maybe he's coming up, but I was like, so the girl could actually won.
Right.
Like, and I was like, wow, I'm like, and we had a conversation about it. Like, okay, this is a major thing going on, like, and that's why we try to get them to understand that it's okay to be who you are. Yeah. Be you. You don't gotta fit in, especially in the middle school years. Like I said, go for our changes, but we want them to fit in, want them to be themselves. Like figure out what makes you happy.
Yes. Because
a lot of times they try to look outside forces like TV, social media, or the community to get that love, but love comes inside of us. And you're not showing it at home, then our kids go find the wrong places and wrong people. So we gotta teach ourselves love, especially our kids younger growing up, because a lot of times our kids are very angry, very and very left, not feel loved, and we got to break that cycle. That's why we try to partner. We're going to make sure they just have it, because it's just in the year now. Thanksgiving, the holiday season, and you know, it may be a tough time for a young kid. You know what I mean? Like, they might not get that gift at home already, or that special gift, what they get they want for Christmas that help give them joy. But we got to tell them the love comes within. You know what I mean? Love comes inside, and it can be little. It's like a high five, it's like a hug, or high five, or so they say the kid's name. You know what I mean? That would mean a lot to the kids. Say the kid's name. You know what I mean? Like, even though, ask how was your day? How was school? That makes a lot. That kid would say, oh wow, this person cares about me. You know what I mean? You got
used to getting it from at home or other places.
Right. Make sure that you're concerned about them. Make sure that you listen to them, even though you may not know what they're talking about. Here, listen to okay, I didn't even say it. But so we about to wrap our show. But it's very important that self-love is needed in our schools and taught to our kids, also to our adults as well. Because sometimes we go through life, they go up. I would go like 24 miles an hour, but we're trying to reflect. Okay, what gives us joy? What gives us happiness every single day? We're not teaching, we're not writing, we're not doing other things, you know. So, but in the day, what gives us joy? What gives us love every single day? What motivates us to do better every single day? So my question is, what is the next plans for you? What are the plans for you? What plans you coming for you towards your being an author and your nonprofit? What you got coming up?
Well, I do have a third book in the works. My third book would not be written by myself. It will be written with a child. Ooh. So I won't be alone in this third book. Next year, I'm going to start self-love and self-confidence workshop for teens and children, because I feel like they really need it. adults, we can always do our self-love and our self-confidence, but kids growing up today, they really need it. So that's what's next for me, coming in 2020 third book, and I have some self-love and self-confidence workshops for the children, so you got to stay tuned.
All right, so for the first book, do you have an idea what's going to be about? I know it's a random shot. What's going to be the book about?
Not just yet, so I'm going to let the child pick the title. So the child will get more shine than me, because I feel like it'll give them the chance, like, oh, I want to be an author when I grow up.
Right.
And they will have a chance to be an author because it's going to be written by me and the child. I'll write a couple pages and the child write a couple pages.
Oh, that's dope. Okay. So the child's been picked already?
Yes, the child has been picked.
The contest.
Yes, I already knew who I wanted. I already knew who I wanted my next book to be with. So.
Okay. And then also... So you got the self-love classes coming up 2020, and also the third book.
Yes.
So
and I will have more events for my nonprofit organization. The self-love and the self-confidence actually will go with my nonprofit organization.
Wonderful. So where people can find you at?
People can find me on Instagram, Sheeda 3_, or you can do my business page for the love of children. My Facebook is Rasheeda Seawell.
Wonderful. Do you have any final words for us in terms of how, if for those watching right now, may have a question, may reach out to you at some point there today, what your final words would be for youth and for adults about?
Just live your life. Just live. Dream. Never be afraid to live it. If you have something that you want to do it now. Don't start tomorrow. Don't start the next day. Do it now. It's never too late to start. Oh, I'm going to start next year. No, you can start today, right now.
Right, you got to do it now because tomorrow's never promised. You never know. People may not make it 2020. Mm-hmm. So you got to do it now. And we do it now, and then you find out why you're doing it now. So so do it now. Do it. Go.
You have to start now.
Start now. Start now. The kind of time's winding up, and we got to make sure that you're ready. To do it now. We can't wait 2020 because you never know. 2020 may not come.
Right.
But then start now. Then also just make sure that God's in it.
Yes, God.
So,
yes, God. Always put God first.
Yeah, God's got me in it.
Actually, my mom told me how to talk to God, how to pray. And every day I wake up, I tell myself, I say my prayers when I wake up, and I say my prayers when I go to bed.
Right. Yeah, God's in everything. Must be in it. So just make sure that He gets the glory, He gets the praise, even for our work to our purpose. Mm-hmm. So, again, Rasheeda, thank you so much for being part of our guest on our show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. She'll be part of my Always Cafe's workshop exhibition for my kids at a school program in South Philly. She'll be one of my, 6 officers are coming, so do some workshops with our kids. Just get them inspiration and motivation for them. Maybe write a book also to do media next level to see an actual offer in a person. That's really, really awesome. So, again, for those who joined in, thank you so much.
Find both of my books.
Oh, yeah, when they write a book at?
This is When Maddie Grows Up, and this is The Color of Emotions.
Where can find it at?
You can find them on Amazon. I do have hard copies. If you want to order them, I do ship in, and I will meet you if you want to buy a book.
All right, you can find those books on Amazon. Again, for The Color of Emotions, what's the other one?
When Maddie Grows Up.
When Maddie Grows Up. So they're on Amazon.com. You can buy those books for her. Like she has hard copies. You can get from her in person. She will sign it for you. Yep. And also, she did Always Cafe a couple months ago. She did an awesome job. So, again, Rasheeda, thank you so much for being part of the show.
Thank you
for those who are watching, hope you got inspired and got motivated, got some value from it. Again, we'll be back on that Saturday where my guest will be Lady Ashley Smith. She's the founder of the Lord's Project, a clothing line that she started earlier this year. So I hope you stay warm, stay blessed, be faithful, be grateful, and I hope we see you guys next week. This is One with Experience Radio Show signed off on Philly Hot Radio.